Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us tmosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. So today we're talking about the third generation Vacheron Constantin Overseas Collection. This is a model that launched in 2023 and it's a debut for the series. It's never been previously featured on a Vacheron sports watch of the modern era. You're looking at the Overseas Moonphase Retrograde date. It's a boutique exclusive, blue dial, steel case, 41 millimeters in diameter. It's one of the thinnest overseas, 10.5 millimeters thick. Lug-to-lug, the case and the case alone, 48.8 millimeters. If we measure the outermost rigid link, it's actually quite broad across the wrist, but don't be scared. 56.6 millimeters, but doesn't quite wear that way. I like to give you all the facts. I don't want you to be discouraged by 56.6. It wears nothing like an IWC Big Pilot's watch. On my wrist, which is 16 centimeters circumference, you can see it wears nicely. It would fit just fine on a wrist of 15 centimeters circumference or larger, and it comes with two straps, one blue in leather and one blue in rubber. More about that in a moment. They also come with their own deployant clasp, so if you want to get a slightly better small wrist fit, put it on one of the two straps, especially the rubber. It'll easily fit underneath the cuff, no issues there, and you can see over the top. The case itself is inboard of the edge of my wrist, and aesthetically, that's really what you read measurement-wise on a watch like this to gauge the fit. I love this bracelet. Taking a quick look, you can see it's got the latest version of Vacheron's quick release, which I believe for 2023 gained a more robust trigger to make it easier to release. There were issues previously that made it kind of hard if you didn't have a really extended fingernail, and I have to manicure my nails for these videos, so I greatly appreciate this now far easier to release Vacheron quick release system. You can also see that the design of the clasp internally has changed a bit. It's a bit more robust. We still have the sleeved micro adjustments, 1.5 millimeters on each side built into the base of the clasp. And a feature I've always loved on these third generation bracelets, every single link removable. So you've got a lot of flexibility to size this thing down and get the right size between the quick adjust and the fact that there are two of them, and the ability to remove every link. You can also see the intricacy of the finishing. There's this lovely, irregularly spaced, expanding bevel that actually expands out to the lug hood and then starts tapering down and runs perfectly aligned across the shoulders of the links. You can also see the center links. They've got that Maltese cross motif. That's the symbol of the brand. But look at these sharp recesses and the polishing within. It's beautifully done. Okay, the case. As you can see, the case is sort of a tonneau. It's not a round case, that's for sure. We've got a case with a screw-down crown and a 50-meter water resistance, but rest assured, I've often said that if you have a screw-down crown and a 50-meter water resistance, you are good to go for surface swimming, and this watch certainly is. So you could turn it all over and see that it also has a unique quality of having a paramagnetic ring around the movement. So though you can't see it, there's an anti-magnetic feature here. So it's 25,000 ampere per meter anti-magnetic. Remember, an anti-magnetic watch is 4,800, so this is 25,000, quite a bit more than the ISO 764 specifies. You can see the reference of this new model, 4000V, and the Geneva hallmark, which is, since 2012, a standard for the entire watch, not just a mark of quality for the movement. On the dial side, we've got a lovely blue. It's a lacquer over a metallic base. So if you look carefully, there is a sunburst grain to this. And we've got white gold logo, indices, and hands. We'll do a loom shot real quick so you can see the watch in the dark. It is quite well loomed. Blue by day, blue by night. We've got a Moonphase and a Retrograde, a feature in combination available on Vacheron dress watches since the 2000s. And Vacheron really got into retrogrades in the modern era during the 1990s with models like the Mercator and the Saltarello. And here we have a retrograde date that does include a quick set mechanism, so if you want to play with it, and I can't imagine why you wouldn't, you can do so easily. Although it's not immediately obvious, the watch does feature a hacking function. So if you want to stop it, you can, but the watch does not feature a running seconds display. You can see the Moonphase with constellations added and a little polished moon, and then there is a lacquered chaptering outboard for reading the minutes. We'll pop the bracelet off so you can more easily appreciate this movement. Note the rotor, which is 22 karat, not 21 karat, not 18. By using a dense gold, it creates a more efficient winding system. You can also see ceramic ball bearings for greater efficiency and lower maintenance requirements. Solarized ball bearing, all screw heads black polished with chamfered slots in circumference. You can see the little locating pegs to place the bridges on the base plate. They have been polished on their top. There's engine turning perlage across the base plate, perfectly aligned stripes across the bridges. We have satination on the wheels, and the rotor features a compass rose motif. It includes chiseling, polishing, beveling, satination, and snailing. Quadruple finished rotor, quite attractive here. We'll roll over to the other side to get a better look at some of the bevels on the bridges. The edges of the bridges are mirror beveled. And you can see the stud holder here is mirror beveled. We also have levers, which are satinated with beveling on the sides. Those are made of steel. The watch has a 4 Hz beat rate. It's adjusted in 5 positions, which is the high horology and chronometer standard. Pivots on 27 joules, 40-hour power reserve via a single barrel. And there is lots to love. A beautiful movement and a functional one that is Vacheron's own manufacture caliber. It comes with Vacheron's own unique complication module. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.